Do you like dinosaurs? Well, take a look at what I brought today. Ta-da! Yep, they're dinosaurs. Let's take them out of the bag. Wow, do you recognize it? Look how fierce it is. We're gonna leave it right here. But wait, I have another one, look. It has a super long neck. This one we'll leave right over here. And there's one more. Look, it has 2 horns. Do you know what it is? Do you know what each of these dinosaurs are called? What do you say I introduce them to you? Look, this one here is really scary. It's the terrible Tyrannosaurus Rex, the main character in Jurassic Park. Do you know what the name means? Tyrant lizard. With that name, it's already scary, right? It lived in the western region of North America about 66 million years ago, and it was one of the last to disappear. Have you noticed its teeth? Look, it's gonna snag my finger. If it were its real size, it wouldn't fit in this room. It was 4 meters tall and 12 meters long. Man, imagine that right in front of you going, "Arr!" It's as if you looked at a 4-story building. And on top of that, it's a carnivore, which is why it has such sharp teeth. Nom, nom, nom. How scary are those teeth? Luckily, it didn't coincide with people. And do you see its claws? They're really sharp too. What would happen if it saw another dinosaur? Would they fight? I think so. The T-Rex was without a doubt the most terrifying dinosaur. The Carnotaurus is a reddish color. And what do you notice most about it? Its horns? The spikes it has along its back? The name Carnotaurus means carnivorous bull because of those 2 horns it has that look like a bull's horns. Do you know why it couldn't fight with the T-Rex? Well, in our imaginations, yes, we can play and pretend they fight, but in real life, they never coincided because the Carnotaurus lived 70 million years ago, much, much earlier than when the T-Rex appeared, and it also lived in South America. Do you know the best part about the Carnotaurus? It runs super fast. Woo! Would the T-Rex be able to catch the Carnotaurus? Run, T-Rex, run! It definitely wouldn't be able to catch the Carnotaurus. It ran much, much faster. But wait a minute. We have a dinosaur here that was much older and more passive. It's a Brachiosaurus, and it inhabited the Earth more than 150 million years ago. Be careful, Brachiosaurus, you don't want the T-Rex to get you. Its name means something like arm lizard, because its front legs were longer than its back legs, which made them look kind of like arms. It lived in North America, Europe, and Africa. Do you know what I like most about it? Its neck. It reminds me of a giraffe, but bigger, of course. Anyway, how high do you think this dinosaur could reach with such a long neck? To the top of the pine trees? Actually, it's one of the biggest animals to ever inhabit the Earth. Yup, even bigger than the T-Rex. The Brachiosaurus could measure close to 13 meters tall, but of course, much less aggressive. Want me to tell you a secret about this dinosaur? Look, check out its feet. See that claw? Only one. It had 1 claw on the first toe of each foot. Interesting, right? What do you say, Brachiosaurus? You smell a T-Rex? It's nearby? Uh-oh. I forgot that you have a fantastic sense of smell. Of course, that's why you have this nose. And yes, T-Rex could be over here somewhere. Run! Let's leave them to fight and play with the dinosaurs. And I'm off. But don't forget, subscribe to the TatetiToys channel. We have many more toys. Hi, guess what I brought today? What do you think it is? Dinosaurs! Look, this is a Saichania. I'm gonna leave it right over here. I have another one. This one here is a Velociraptor. Be careful with this one. This one I'll leave right over here. And this other one has wings. It's a Quetzalcoatlus. Uh-oh, it's a little bit hard to take out of the bag with such big wings. Alrighty, there we go. And we'll put this one right here. Want to see them better? Look how pretty this dinosaur is. This is the Saichania, and its name means exactly that. Beautiful one. It lived 80 million years ago in Asia, and the most noticeable thing about it is its body armor. Look at the spikes it has all over its body, and on its neck it looks like it has a necklace of spikes for whoever gets close. Well, even though it seems a bit small, it was more than 2 meters tall, like a player in the NBA. Its length was over 7 meters, and look at its tail. The end is almost like a hammer. It's thought that it was used to defend itself and to hit attackers. Whoa. It was over 7 meters long, and look at its tail. The end is almost like a hammer. It's thought that it was used to defend itself and to hit attackers. Anyway, have you noticed its nose? See? It was able to humidify and heat the air, just like you hear it. Do you know why it did that? To be able to eat really hard plants like this one, because the Saichania was an herbivore. At the same time, being so heavy would make it hard for it to move around, you would think. But no, the Saichania could move with a lot of ease, although not as easily as this one. Hey, come back here. Here's the Velociraptor, one of the most dangerous dinosaurs. Its name means swift, and it existed 70 million years ago in the same era as the Carnotaurus, but not on the same continent. The Velociraptor lived in Asia. Look at its teeth. What do you think it ate? Meat. You got it. The Velociraptor was a carnivore, and it had a really long tail, you see it? And had 3 claws on each of its front legs. And this other one on the back legs was used to kill its prey. Look how fast it runs, Saichania. Did you know that it could run so fast? It's because of those really long and flexible back legs. This dinosaur is really fierce, but it wasn't big. It was only half a meter tall, but 2 meters long. And even though it's always represented with the skin full of scales, it's actually more probable that it had feathers. But hold on. Here comes one that flies, and it's huge. It's Quetzalcoatlus. It's called that after the Aztec god Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. It lived 66 million years ago in North America, and it measured about 12 meters long, had a really long beak, and no teeth. Doesn't it remind you a little bit of a pelican? Do you think this dinosaur ate fish? Well, no. It lived far, far away from the ocean, rivers, and lakes. Apparently, the most probable thing is that it was a land predator, like eagles. In other words, it ate small animals, except for the Velociraptor, of course. And take a look at its crest. What was it for? Well, that's the big mystery. Can you think of something? Well, it could have just been for show. But anyway, I'll leave these 3 dinosaurs to fight and play. But before I do, remember to subscribe to our channel. That's it. Hey there! Whoa, what do we have here? They're dinosaur eggs. 3 of them. Wow. They're huge, but not the real size. They would be much bigger if they were real. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, and 3. What do you think's inside this one? This one's an Apatosaurus, the most characteristic looking dinosaur. You know, the one with the long neck. Well, it should look like this when we're done. Should we put it together? Well, let's leave the instructions over here so that we can see them. All right, and here are all of the bones. Let's take them out of the bag. First, we're going to put its body together. These must be the ribs. And this, the spinal cord. Let's see if this goes here. Are you sure this goes here? It's a little bit weird, even though the holes line up. Let's try it this way to see how it fits. Well, it fits, but doesn't it seem a bit odd? It's backwards, right? Yep, definitely backwards. Let's turn it around and connect it the right way. Same holes, but backwards. Much better. Now we'll attach the other part of the ribs. Do you see the holes? This piece goes here. Here you have to ask your parents for some help. Even though it says the toy's for children 6 and up, it's a little bit difficult. Look, this must be the tail, so it goes here. It's really long though, so there's another part of the tail that we have to add. It fits perfectly. Look how long it is already. And what's this? I think it has something to do with the dinosaur's legs. Yep, it goes right here. So the other piece that's the same as this one must go here. All right, we're going to press a little bit here and attach these two pieces so that they don't separate. 1 and 2. Now let's attach the neck. The neck is really long too. This piece must go here, right? We have to press a little bit here too. And the head? Ooh, it's so tiny. I almost lost it in the sand. The Apatosaurus had a really small head, and the brain was also pretty small. It must have not been too smart, huh? Our Apatosaurus is turning out really cool. We're only missing the legs. Without it, it can't walk. The back legs are longer than the front ones, so we're going to get the biggest legs first and attach them to the back. You have to pay close attention and make sure the foot is facing forward, because if not, its feet will be backwards. And now we've got to get the other one. There it is. There we go. Now you can move them. Our Apatosaurus wasn't very agile, but it was at least pretty terrifying, especially since it wasn't a carnivore. It was just really long. Look, these shorter legs go here. I'll turn it around so you can see better. See? Remember to make sure that the foot is facing forward. And now we'll get the other foot. That's the last one. We're done. The neck, the head, the legs. What does this dinosaur remind you of? It's the dinosaur that's in the Archaeological Museum at Yale. I'm sure you've seen it in a very famous movie, Night at the Museum. Its name means deceptive reptile. It lived in the Jurassic era about 150 million years ago, and it was 4 meters high and 26 meters long. Luckily, it was an herbivore, but I've already mentioned how terrifying and big it was. Let's see. Our Apatosaurus's legs can move. That way you can play with it. And in this egg, who do we have? A Pteranodon. Let's see where it's hiding. Maybe it's shy. Hey, the Pteranodon, where is it? The egg is empty. Well, it should look like this, but I don't see it. Wait a minute. Here it comes. Of course, since it flies, it left to fly around a bit. Do you know what its name means? Pteranodon means winged and toothless. It was one of the biggest pterosaurs, measuring 6 meters, and lived in the United States. Do you know what's most characteristic of a pteranodon? The long beak and the crest. By the way, what do you think it ate? You got it, fish of course. Look how the beak opens. It's ready to go fishing. Hey, Pteranodon, you stay here. We still have another egg to open and we don't know who's inside. Now we're going to open this egg. Oh, the egg says Stegosaurus. What do you think it'll be like? Let's open the egg to find out. 1, 2, 3. Hey, here are all the pieces. They are reddish color this time. Hey, what do you say we leave these ones in the sand so they look like fossils, so that some archaeologists can come and find them? Look, here's a picture of the Stegosaurus. It should look like this. Well, this is pretty cool looking, huh? Look at the plates it's got all over its body. We're going to leave our Stegosaurus bones here in case an archaeologist passes by ready to find some fossils. Speaking of, did you know that there are many dinosaur eggs that have been conserved almost perfectly? The oldest one is from 190 million years ago. Like yesterday, right? Many eggs were like these ones we just saw, long and oval, and they were about 60 centimeters tall and 20 centimeters wide. Wait a minute, we still have one more egg left. Who's in this one? It's the terrifying Velociraptor. Whoa, so scary. This one was a carnivore and super fast. Let's see how fast you can run, Velociraptor. I think all of the other dinosaurs had trouble catching it. It wasn't very big, but it measured about half a meter tall, but it was super agile, and they say it was quite intelligent. But wait, we have another dinosaur that's not in an egg. Let's see who's coming now. Hey, look, we've got another one. Look how awesome it looks. Let's take it out of the bag. This one is a Styracosaurus. How cool. Its name means spiked lizard. It lived 75 million years ago in the region of North America. What do you notice most about it? Its head? That's what I noticed most. Look, it has a frill with spikes on it. Do you know what it was used for? To cut and slice through plants. The Styracosaurus was quite self-indulgent, and it would cut the plants first. It also had an enormous horn on its snout, like a rhinoceros. And let's not forget its showy crown with scales and thick spikes. Its body and legs were very robust. It actually reminds me a lot of a rhinoceros. Do you think maybe it's a rhino ancestor? By the way, apparently the Styracosaurus used to travel in packs. They used to like to be together all the time. Well, we'll leave the dinosaurs here so that they can play for a little while. And I'm going to get going. But before I go, remember, subscribe to our TatetiToys channel. We still have a lot more toys to show you. Hi there! Today I've brought something very special. If you like dinosaurs, you're going to love it. It's Dinosaurus Rex versus Velociraptor. Wow! Wow, look how many pieces our Jurassic World dinosaur has. If you look at this picture, it's sure to look familiar. It's from the movie Jurassic World. Wow, did you see the Tyrannosaurus' head? How scary, with those giant claws and the long neck. Wait a minute, is that from another dinosaur? It's from a Brachiosaurus. Oh, of course! You can transform your dinosaur however you want. But be careful, it has very small pieces. Here it says you can play with it if you are more than 4 years old. Let's see what's on the back of the box. This is how you can put your Hero Mashes dinosaur together. You can attach the feet and head however you want. You can put the claws of a Velociraptor, or the head of a T-Rex, or the legs of a Triceratops. Let's go ahead and open it up. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, this piece. Oh, there are a lot of pieces. It's a little bit difficult to take out. Let's see if we can get them all out. This one and this one. Alright. Well, here we have our T-Rex. You can see how the mouth moves and how the tail moves. If we put these extra pieces on, it'll definitely be even more terrifying. See this claw? If you press here, it moves. I'm definitely going to put these claws on our Tyrannosaurus Indominus. Look how cool it looks. Now I'll add another one. Let's see. Oops. It's going to be a little bit lopsided that way. I think it's missing a piece. Maybe this one? Well, even though the color doesn't match, we're going to see if it works. We can transform our dinosaur however we want. I think it goes here. With a little bit of strength, it goes right on. And here's where that other awesome claw goes. Should we add a crest? Well, we've got a red one. Let's try that. There we go. Ah. Every time we add something, it's getting even more scary looking. And what if we put the wing on the back? Now the dinosaur looks more like a mix between a dinosaur and a dragon, huh? And here we'll add another claw, but to the front limbs. It really did turn out to be a terrifying dinosaur, huh? Alright, let's get the Velociraptor. That one's missing a lot of parts too. We'll have to attach all of them. Of course, we put its pieces on this Tyrannosaurus. I'm not sure it'll be very happy about us taking away its claws. First, we'll attach this fin. It's a little bit big, but that's okay. It'll be scarier that way, and the Tyrannosaurus won't mess with it. Let's put on the missing claws. Well, these ones are obviously for the Tyrannosaurus. And this one too. Okay, let's go ahead and switch them. Let's see, we'll switch this one for that. Oops, it's falling down. Alright, there we go. Now we'll give the Velociraptor its piece. This is the back leg. Now it's got both of its legs. Well, especially for the Velociraptor, those are really important because that's how it could run so fast. Alright, let's go get the front claws. Here it is. And with that, we're done. Uh-oh, your fin is falling off, Velociraptor. We'll put it back on. Now you're ready to fight the great Tyrannosaurus Indominus. Rawr! They're gonna fight. Rawr! Be careful. Tyrannosaurus looks like he can win. Looks stronger than the Velociraptor, who's also losing its fin, but the Velociraptor has something else up its sleeve. What is it? Maybe that it can transform its head and turn into a Velociraptor Brachiosaurus. Whoa, how scary. Let's put this head on its body. It makes it look like the Loch Ness Monster, right? Will Tyrannosaurus Indominus win against this new dinosaur? It's a mix of Velociraptor and Brachiosaurus. Let's try it. We'll put the fin back on. Well, the smaller one this time to change the way it looks again. Let's see what happens. Well, now the fight is a little bit more even. Rawr! Well, let's let them play. But before I go, I want to remind you that you should subscribe to the TatetiToys channel. Why? Because we still have lots more toys to show you.